beautiful people, we are back at it once again. It is another beautiful day, and I'm on the road again, so definitely wanted to get in another video. I've been inspired because it seems like, especially right now, you know, for a lot of you guys, the holidays are coming around. If you're watching this around, you know, Christmas is right around the corner. And, you know, one of the big things when you're doing this personal growth journey, and something that I'm even learning for myself and trying to, like, you know, discover and figure out, is that you need to be able to have a strong faith. Faith is very important. But, like, how do you have faith? How do you determine, you know, whether or not you have faith in that word of, like, being realistic about situations, you know? And I've covered this in some other videos, but I mean, it's important to kind of really focus in on this, because I think it's a lot of confusion when it comes to, you know, what's realistic, let's just say. And, you know, that word and that term alone can really get people in a lot of trouble, only because you really are somebody who creates your own reality. Whatever you believe, it's going to be, this is, you know, you're going to make truth, right? So whether you think you can or you think you can, you always get to be right. There is no in between. And when it comes to faith, that is a very important thing to understand, right? Because God, or whatever you believe, the universe, higher power, works in mysterious ways. So when you're working in a situation that it's completely out of your control, you might not know how it's going, the outcome and how things are going to turn out, right? But that's what faith is. It's just believing and knowing, even though you don't see it happening that way. It could be the exact opposite, but it's going to happen, right? And that's the way faith works. And the thing that I've learned over the years is that the more you try to figure out the how, the more you try to figure out, you know, the steps to getting to whatever it is that you're looking for. For, like, example, you know, say that you want to go on a trip, but you don't have the money or the means, right? These are all the hows. So in your mind, it's like it's impossible for you to be able to go on that trip. And you'll create more reasons to believe that you can't go on that trip, because that is your reality. That is what you are thinking. So until you flip that, until you switch that over to where you just know that you want to go on this trip, you don't have to know how. It doesn't matter. The how is where the universe, you know, you attracting things will come into play. But you'll never attract those things if you're just trying to figure it out, if you're looking at the situation as a reality. And this is something that is a very big challenge for a lot of people, and I understand that, and that's why I wanted to make this video, to really understand what faith is, right? Because it's not just a religious thing. This is the core of understanding how things work, right? And you know, like, for example, if a child wants something, especially 0 to 5, they don't go through this whole process like we do as adults, where they're trying to figure things out. They just know they want it. They're imagining it. They're playing with it. They're already seeing themselves with it, right? They're already seeing the perfect end result, you know? And it's crazy, because if you think about it, we understand these concepts, you know, and we embrace it for kids. It's just, as adults, for whatever reason, when it's other adults going after something that they want, we're being more pessimistic. But, you know, and the example that I'm giving you is when a child wants to walk, right? It's not only the child that has this determination to want to make sure the child is going to eventually walk, but it's the environment that's set up for them. Everybody knows it. I don't care who's there, grandma, aunt, whatever, it doesn't matter. Everybody is looking at that child, and they're pushing out that energy that this child is at some point going to walk. So there's nothing else that cannot happen other than that child walking. And that's the beauty of it, right? Now, of course, if the doctor says, oh, the child's not going to walk, and then people start believing that truth, and then the child is paralyzed, I mean, that's a totally different situation. Or maybe they don't even have legs to begin with. But the reality is, even without those legs, as crazy as it sounds, if people ignored the idea that, oh my gosh, there's this limitation, we're creating that. But even if if that child didn't have legs, and the reality is they could still walk if we created that environment. So the environment, how you look at the situation, how you see the situation is everything. And that truly is what faith is. It's tapping into the unknown, looking at the situation in a completely different perspective, where you are just actually seeing it as, even though everything is pointing to the complete opposite, I know that this is going to happen. If it was a trip that I'm trying to go on, I'm already seeing myself there. That's all I can control, and that's what I focus on. And so because I focus on that, that's all that matters. And so when you have that ability and that's all that you're doing, then everything else falls into place. And then, because again, God works in mysterious ways, because we're seeing it, and we only know what we know, right? But if you sit there and you try to rationalize and say, well, it could happen this way, it could happen this way, but you're constantly looking at your bank account, or you're afraid of flying, or whatever, all these limitations, and you're only focusing on the limitations, well, then you're going to have every reason to understand and believe that that's not going to happen. But when you see it as, I don't know how it's going to happen, I just know things are going to work out. Things are going to work out for me perfectly. And you just let things be, and you already just know that it's going to happen. You just don't know how, and you're not focusing on that. That's when it happens. And that's the beauty of this work. And that's how this actually works. And this is what I've been learning and finally grasping for myself. And I just wanted to share that with you guys today. So I hope that was very helpful. I know that, these things can be very challenging, but understand this is all part of the process. And we're all in this together. But if you don't believe it, challenge me. Challenge the situation, right? That's what my mentors say, is like, prove me wrong. Don't just say it doesn't work, but don't do it. Go out and do it. Test it. See what I'm talking about. Go look at, examine, if you have a little child that's learning how to grow. Look at how little kids interact with the world and how different it is. It's all the same. It's just we've forgotten these things because no one continued to teach us this, and then we grew up. But this is our truth. This is what is the truth about us. So anyways, just wanted to run that quick video by you guys really quick. Hope you're enjoying all these. Like and comment down below if there is something that you would want me to discuss further. Let me know. I enjoy doing this, and I do want to do some lives maybe, and maybe have some questions you throw at me, and then we can even try to answer those questions live. I'd even be open to having somebody here we could bounce off of each other, you be on one screen, I'd be on the other, and let's just have a conversation that way. So many different things we can do here. So until next time, you guys, make it a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.